know if today's vlog was as long as all the rest of the vlogs, and we wasn't as active as we were in the rest of the vlogs. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it, because we just been at the house chilling. It's been raining all day. Tomorrow I'm going to be cleaning up. So either if I
and Grams, and I'm getting real frustrated because I'm trying to quit blurring. I'm trying to get my doggone lights to working for my tree, and they're not working. And last time I had them, last year, when I unplugged them, they were working. What y'all think? Is Christmas rats maybe that ate up my damn lights? Cause this ain't right. It's Christmas and all I got is lights in the window, one string on the bottom of the tree. Here, let me show y'all. Look at that. That's the kitchen. I'm sorry, y'all. But look, see? I got those lights up. Can y'all see it good? And look. That's the bottom of my tree. So I decided I wanted to go on and maybe put the white lights into the tree, only to discover they don't even work. What is wrong, y'all? What am I doing wrong here? I guess it looked like I'm going to have to go out and buy some more lights, but I really didn't want to do that. But I am. However, as life goes on, my name is Mama Sheila. A lot of people call me Miss Sheila. I would be preferred to be called Miss Sheila. Because I got 1 million grandkids. That's why. Anywho, I decided to come back on YouTube to give it another try, to see how much further I could go with this video. Sorry, y'all, I've been eating popcorn like crazy. Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, popcorn and Pepsi. You know, that black cheddar cheese, what's in the black bag, I think it's called Smart One, and it's cheddar cheese. The popcorn, y'all, is so freaking good, till it's made me not even eat regular food. Now, tell me that that's healthy. Because in my mind, I know it's not. But my taste buds, they feeling it, y'all. I mean, they feeling it. That's all I can say. Anywho, I came to the video, to YouTube, to speak to my grown women, my mothers that are out there that are feeling like no one gets how they feel, or like they're alone. All right, come on. Channel in. Clear up. Come on. Yeah, I might have to stop this and start over. I don't know. This thing's starting to play. Come on. Focus. I know that's all I have to say. Anywho, I came on because I wanted to talk to the mothers that are having a hard time being a single mom, or being a mom who's trying to raise the boys, and all you hear out there today. Focus. Okay, come on, focus, phone, camera, focus, baby. Ain't that something? to talk to y'all, because it's a bunch of you kids out there that need to hear this as well, who have parents that, you're trying to raise as well. You got parents that are out there on drugs, that's, been sucked in by that beast. I was one of those. Parents who may be incarcerated and have left their children. I was one of those. However, it's how you choose to pick up those stumbling blocks and make steps. Steps to going back up to becoming that woman that you can be. That God intended for you to be. Yeah, we all have those intermissions in life that we wish we could go back and change, and some things we wish we could just completely erase. But for me, as a mom, I thank God above, because He kept me alive through my shortcomings, through my addiction, through my going to jail for boosting and stealing and stuff. He brought me through a whole lot, because today, with some of the things that I've done in my past, I could not be here. I even killed myself. I OD'd twice. And not to mention, I had cardiac arrest in 2015 and embolisms, meaning I had blood clots that traveled from my feet up to my lungs. I take blood thinners to this day, in which I'm on for the rest of my life because of that. I got COPD. I've had a new a knee replacement, a bunion remove, a surgery on that same foot for a second time, in which I think I got to go back in for a third time. I've been in treatment. I've been incarcerated. I've been around the board many times and back. And look at me today. I'm here. I'm in my right state of mind. I am grateful for all of my issues from the past, because had I not gone through what I've gone through, I wouldn't be where I'm at, where I'm headed today. And I'm not ashamed to let you know, because see, I know I'm not alone. I know there are other parents who have gone through and have done some of the things, or you have family who has done it, My deal right now is to reach as many mothers that I can, to tell you, sister, you worth it. You belong where you are. Until God says no more. Jesus steps in and He keeps pushing you along the way. I'm going to give you a little, playback of my life. I was born in Chicago, Illinois. I was raised by both of my parents until my daddy died. I was about 8. He died in 81 rather. Took everything out of me. My world crashed. I had started being touched, I should say, in which I never let those issues hold me back. By 2 different brothers. These boys were grown ass men, in which, in turn, to deal with it, I didn't tell anyone, but I started self-destructing at 8. Yep, self-destructing at 8. It started out with smoking not blunt, butts, cigarette butts out of the ashtray. Kid you not. Didn't choke me, didn't kill me, or none of that. Know why? Because I wanted to take the thought and the taste out of my mouth so that I could keep going on. But as sad as I was as a kid, and after losing my dad, who protected me from everything, was gone. This was at 8. So, I never told my mom. My stepdad was a police officer. Never told him. Know why? Because I didn't think that anybody would believe me or listen to me. And that's like most young girls today. Because you don't tell and time goes by, they wonder, well, what is really the truth? And why didn't you tell? It's hard. It's hard to describe even how it went down and what happened, for a little girl. Turn around at 16, happened again. This happened all in Chicago. Well, this time I got the police involved, but the guy had fled the city. He left the state of Chicago, the state of Illinois. I had an uncle who was a full-blown, natural-born killer. May God rest his soul. He lived by the sword. He died by it. So, after that, life went on. But it got worse for me because I started using more. I started using daily. It was like I went from 0 to 1 million in a few years. And I graduated each step of the way. Every time I graduated to a new drug. Every time something happened, I graduated to a new drug. Then I started mixing them all from weed, pills, cocaine, heroin, alcohol. I was a triple threat out there in the world, and I don't mean in a good way. I was a walking bomb, man, just waiting to explode because I had so much that I had boggled down in me that the only release I got from that feeling was to get high, to escape out of my mind, out of my heart, out of my body, to another place that just felt so much better than reality. At that time, I thank God I didn't have my babies, because when I had my baby, my oldest just gave me a beautiful granddaughter. Her name is baby Ava. And I ain't gonna start with the baby this, baby that. Her name is Ava, and she's beautiful, and she looks just like her mommy. I'm telling y'all, my baby got her twin. She holding her twin. But I'm so grateful to God. But okay, I'll get back to them. Where did I leave off at? Anywho, I started, having behavior problems and acting out and all that. And anybody touched my brother, I don't care who they was, I was his protector. I beat their ass. I didn't care if it was 2 of them. I'll whoop that ass. That's my property. That's who I'm protecting. I didn't have nobody to protect me because after my daddy died, my mom was she was fine. She was with the police officer, but then that eventually ended. So, I had no protection. None at all. And guess what? I became his protector, and he was swooped right from out of my arms. My poor baby, at the age of 16, he turned 17. The night he came back was when they went on a trip. Now, you know, in the projects in Chicago, they, you know, the people who like do block club and having block parties and all that rent school buses, and they take the less fortunate kids to Great America and all that. And all you would need is your own spending money. So, me out there selling dope too, trying to save my mama. I was able to give my brother like maybe $50 or $75 to go have fun. He come home late at night, him and his friends walking up the street. A little boy that was sent away from Chicago because of his behavioral issues came back that summer. This fucker catches up with my little brother and his friends. Pull a gun out on them. Turn around, start booking. His gun didn't have bullets. My brother's friend had a gun in his backpack. His gun had bullets. And guess what? That gun shot and killed that little boy. The boy who had the gun shot and killed the boy who ultimately started this gunplay. It was sad because that little boy didn't have to die. He didn't deserve to die. And neither did the boys who got in trouble for his actions to start out in the beginning, did not need to go where they went. But you know what? I'm a believer in things happen for a reason, because I do believe had my brother stayed out that much longer, he would have either been dead by, you know, the time he got out, or he would have been racked up on so much that he wouldn't have never gotten out, you know. So I thank God for, you know, when he step in and pump the brakes on us, you know, that he does it in his time and he release in his time. So I do believe that all of this was planned in God's time. However, that left me out there hurting real bad. I'm looking at my mama who once had it all. We once had it all, to now her addiction done took over. Now there you go. I lost my brother. I lost my mother. We had been lost mom to drugs, you know, because when crack hit the scene, everybody that had anything started falling off. My mama was one of them. I can go down from a line of all the material things that some grown-ups to this day that still working hard never had. Yep. That's how much we had it. By the age of 16, I was a mother to my little brother. I had no kids, but I was my brother's mother. And when he was taken away from me, I took care of him and my ex, my kid's dad. We took care of him as if he was home and one of our kids. He didn't have to worry about nothing. So, fast forward years after that, I have my daughter, and she's 23. She makes a damn good living for herself, and I'm proud as hell of her. But she went through some hella changes, her and my son, my oldest son. Out of 3 boys, I have her and my oldest son have the same dad. My younger 2 don't. I'll get to that. However, you know, things happen. I had my daughter, and her dad and I had eventually gotten on really bad terms. So we broke off. We broke it up. You know, he did. The way he left me was so hurtful, it made me want to check out on life. And he still don't know that to this day, that really hurt me the way it did. Enough of that, though. Fast forwarding. I had started back using, and I mean really going down, that dark path again. Only to find out my baby was 5 months. I was pregnant again with my son. Now tell me, how hard is it to be a single mama with 2 little babies and alone and homeless, jobless and all? Wow, he was living it up, driving Benzes. The girlfriend had long, pretty hair, all that old cute shit, right? Until you get with a nigga and you be with him long enough to know that, this is what he's like, this is who he is, and it's a possibility he could do the same to me. Which pretty much played out like that. I ain't gonna lie. But I care about her. I care about her sister. I care about her nieces and her mom. They all have been really good to me and my children. So I can't put a bad word out there over their heads, because it wasn't like that. However, when I became that single mom, I couldn't do absolutely jack. I couldn't work because no one would keep my kids full time, and I couldn't do part time because no one would keep my kids part time. It was like when I wanted to do something about my situation, no one wanted to help. But when I was out there messed up and didn't want to do nothing but continue to mess up, everybody wanted to help then. I'm like, well, where was the love before I started effing up this bad? Fast forward again. I'm left, single mom, 2 little kids, getting high. It was heroin. Yeah, I was a heroin addict. Had a bad habit. But again, I tried to sell those drugs to keep myself afloat. My baby turned 2. My boy, my oldest boy, which is going to be 22, December 18th. He turned 2. And before he had turned 2, I had dropped to my knees. And I begged God. I said, please, Father, take me out this misery or help me get better. I need you, Lord. I need you to just come rain down on me, cover me in the blood, take care of me because I can't take care of myself. Guess what, y'all? He did it. He sure did. And that was when I stopped using heroin. I ain't touched heroin in 22 years now. Thank you, Jesus. However, I started using cocaine. Okay. Did that for about a year. It was over. Thank you, Jesus. That been about a good maybe 10, 12, maybe 14 years. Who knows? Who's counting? Long as it ain't today. Then I get myself together and I'm trying to clean up my life and whatnot. And so I take up and I move to Memphis, Tennessee to be with my mama. Hopefully I can get this help from her. We can become a family again because it had been over, I'll say a good maybe 8 years that I hadn't seen my mom or more. I was so happy when I finally saw my mom. And you know what? Before I went to Memphis, I was real skeptical because I'm like, the mama I know, could possibly still be mama I know. But I took that chance and I went down there. Things turned out really well. I stayed for a year, came back to Minnesota after a while because, of course, they ain't moving as fast in Memphis as they were here in Minnesota or Chicago. So I come back home, get up with my very, very dear friend to this day. This is my sister, my ride or die chick. We hook up, we get in trouble. What happens? I go to prison. Yeah, I went to prison for 2 years. I'm not going to go deep into why it happened like that, but just know I went. And there was where a lot of things about me had changed too. And I even got so good at, being who I was because I was in a treatment part of the prison. It was like a big old college dorm. And they taught me some things, that I didn't really realize about myself and addiction. And everything was all good. After that, I even had a child who I had while I was locked up. Not in prison was he born. He was born in a normal hospital doing natural, normal things. And thank God for his father, because that man came and he took responsibility over his child. And he raised him for 15 years. Now tell me that ain't a real man. Because women are mainly known to do that. That part. Anywho, he did that for his son. However, I got home after a while. I went home. I was released finally. Went home and assumed my life. And before that, I could probably go on and on and on, but you know what? I've been talking for 30 minutes. However, but to you mothers out there, I need for y'all to listen to my story because there's more to come. I need for y'all to understand that life is not over and it ain't came to an end just because you did X, Y, Z. Ain't like that. The Lord will restore you if you let him. The minute you let him in, you can't take it back. You got to give him all of you. Every single nook and cranny. Or else it's just not going to work for you. So, with that being said, I got some more talk for you coming. Just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and ask me questions, or ask me to talk about certain issues in my life and what did I do and how did I overcome and all that. I'm open to anything because now I've opened up my life to you. You are locked in. I just want to tell you I love you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again. Peace. Later.